We here looking at Asia. We looking at Kush Major. You know what I'm saying? Kush Major and all the great civilization of Kush Major from Zimbabwe all the way, you know, close to the southern areas of Africa, to the Congo, to Punt, to Aksum, to Nubia, Kush, Kemet. And so you just talking about on the East Coast. You talking about on the East Coast. We ain't even went on the West Coast and dealt with Songhai, Mali, Ghana, Benin, the Nok. You understand? The Ife and all the Ashanti. You understand? And all the other great, you know, nations of West Africa. And so, you know, even if we go up into the northern regions, because you see the Sahara, but it wasn't always that way. You understand what I'm saying? They understand that, you know, all of Africa was at one time, you know, a vegetated area. You see what I'm saying? So there's evidence of rivers flowing up under the Sahara. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine when it was all one, you know, full of, you know, it's just unbelievable, even the way that it is. And so back in the day, I remember you used to watch the animals, the wild, I forget what they call that animal show. And man, they would be flying over Africa. You understand what I'm saying? And it'd be just thousands and thousands of one type of animal. God damn it, he just flies, just zebra, just antelopes and all type of buffaloes and all type of, you know, every goddamn, and they be flying in the helicopter, just, you know, they just take off and shit, and it just be so many thousands and thousands and thousands of animals. And so they didn't went in there and pillage. So you could just imagine that Africa most definitely is the home of life. You know, African life, I must state that, you know. And so from there it went into Asia. And as you can see, Asia is more mountainous. You know, they got areas, you know what I'm saying, where, you know, where it is very lush, but that's in the South. That's in the South. You see what I'm saying? That's in the South. There's certain areas in the South. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't have that flat earth, you know, landscape. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that shit up there is in their mountains and things of that nature. So yeah, you got, you know, southern Iraq, and that's where Mesopotamia is. So mostly all them civilizations in Asia, whether it was Mesopotamia, whether it was what they call Sheba or Saba, which is in, you know, modern day Arabia, was in the South. You understand what it was? It was in the deep South, because that was the only area, you know, that where you had some land, where you could grow vegetation and this, that, and the third. You see what I'm saying? Even in Angkor Wat, if you look over there at Angkor Wat, you see what I'm saying? There's a lot of mountains over that area, and right where the mountains turn into, you know, levels, you know, level land, that's where you find the great civilizations. They were deep in the South. You see what I'm saying? And so the Kushites took it into that area. You know, there's no doubt about it. And that our people did not walk no fucking way. That our people was on ships from the very beginning. That's why I always speak and teach about oceanography. Let me make sure all the family is in the house. Hold on, family. Make sure all the family is in the house. Okay, we got family. We got family trying to show up. All right. Okay. And so this, you know, all of this is you know, is the legacy of our people, and it's documented, you know what I'm saying? And then that, you know, and you know, upcoming lectures, I'm gonna get off into the book work, you know what I'm saying, and really, you know, back it up, and that, you know, the ancients knew this. It wasn't no missing. I'm not making nothing up. All of the ancients knew this, and that's what they said that it was. They were not mistaken about who took civilization into Asia. They knew and said it was one people, and they referred to those areas over there as Cush. You see what I'm saying? And so we see here, from, deep, and I'm going to be going into, temples that people don't even know about. See, the thing is, it's so, the thing that makes Egypt so devastatingly, shockingly, superior to all civilizations is the fact that Egypt technically fell in the BC era. You see what I'm saying? Egypt technically did fall in the, BC era. You know what I'm saying? As a independent, sovereignly ruled nation. Even though remnants of the spirituality lasted deep into the AD period. Technically, Egypt as a sovereign nation fell primarily after the 25th dynasty. Yeah, you had kings, but they was hanging on by a fingernail. You know what I'm saying? There was no more, just, 6 and 7 and 8 kings ruling in a dynasty successfully. Powerful kings. That was over with. So most of all the temples, the tombs, and people have to understand, it's thousands. You understand what I'm saying? It's thousands. When you count, we're talking about, you're talking about tens of thousands of small temples, large temples. But you got small temples too. Every temple not large. You know what I'm saying? And so you could find little small temples carved in mountains, and you know what I'm saying, to a particular god, or to a particular nobleman. Every nobleman couldn't afford a great giant, tomb. You know what I'm saying? So they had smaller tombs. You know what I'm saying? So when you're counting all the temples and the tombs and all the artifacts, it's millions. It's millions of artifacts, and it's tens of thousands of tombs and, and temples and so on and so forth. So all of that is in the BC era. It's none of it in the AD era. And so no other nation, whether it be India, whether it be, has so much just evidence. And so it's just, it's Egypt against the world. If you put the world and take all the ancient artifacts from all other nations and combine it together, I seen it where Caucasoids even said it still would not even equal 1/2 of all of the artifacts that have been found. Now, not to say what's there, because you only then found a very small amount. So you could put all the artifacts of the whole world together, and it wouldn't even add up to 50% of what they done found in ancient Egypt. We ain't discussing Nubia. We're not discussing nothing else. You understand what I'm saying? And I believe that it's even greater than that. You see what I'm saying? And so there's even temples that people don't even talk about that I'm gonna be doing a video on, and I might give y'all a little, matter of fact, I might just give y'all a brief overview of those, and they just as grand. But because they are in Nubia, and really they wish that they would have, and that matter of fact, many of them were flooded out. You see what I'm saying? They were flooded out. You see, and they were, moved. A lot of them temples had to be cut up and moved to higher ground, because when they put the Aswan Dam in there, it flooded, and goddamn it, and you see, it flooded a lot of the evidence of Nubia being the mother of Egypt, and they, that's clearly what